Non, les cordes, vraiment, ça me branche pas.
Qu'est-ce que vous entendez au juste par là?
C'est une pièce qui est pleine de passion. Quand Othello aime, c'est avec une force incroyable, une passion totale, dévorante. Quand il hait, il est plein de rage et de fureur. Il est capable d'un meurtre. Je n'entends pas de violon.
Vous entendez quoi?
Des synthétiseurs, plutôt. Une basse avec un rythme très fort, même des tam-tams.
Monsieur Martelly, il s'agit d'un festival Shakespeare, pas d'une soirée chez les singes.
Voyons, dans ce spectacle, le rôle d'Othello est joué par un jeune noir de la 128e rue.
Excusez-moi.
Expliquez-lui, vous.
Vous avez une minute.
Je suis très occupé pour le moment.
Monsieur Chorovski, est-ce que vous viendrez à la réunion pour la grève ce soir ou non?
Non,
Mais vous devez venir.
je dois venir. J'ai quitté ce genre d'obligation en quittant l'Allemagne.
Il ne s'agit pas de l'ordre d'un dictateur, monsieur Chorovski. Nous sommes vos collègues.
J'ai chargé M. Wilder de me représenter. C'est suffisant.
Non, ça ne l'est pas. C'est lâche et c'est égoïste et ça ne vous ressemble pas.
Mademoiselle Sherwood, je suis un employé de la municipalité. Je ne crois pas que les employés municipaux aient le droit de faire grève.
Ah, alors venez à la réunion nous donner votre point de vue.
Impossible, vos esprits sont fermés.
Et le vôtre est ouvert?
Ça, je vous assure que oui.
Deux remarques. La première, de la part de quelqu'un qui sait ce qui se passe quand une société perd la tête, se faire représenter à une réunion est assez curieux.
Et l'autre remarque?
Vous avez passé l'âge de bouder.
Le ciel nous protège. Que dites-vous? Non, je ne l'ai pas perdu, mais si je ne l'avais plus. Comment? Non, je ne l'ai pas perdu. Va le chercher, je veux le voir. Bien sûr, je sais où il est, mais je n'irai pas le chercher. Bien sûr, je sais où il est, mais je n'y...
Tu n'as pas vu Leroy?
Il était à la bibliothèque. Après le cours, il est venu prendre son texte. Comme moi.
J'arrive pas à lui mettre la main dessus. Je peux pas faire de planning sans lui. Faut que je le trouve.
Je peux te poser une question?
Bien sûr.
Alors viens ici. Et ferme la porte.
Vas-y.
Pourquoi Mademoiselle Grant m'a-t-elle donné le rôle?
Elle ne m'en a pas parlé.
Mais à ton avis?
J'en sais rien.
Je te demande pas ce que tu sais, mais ce que toi tu penses. Nous savons tous les deux que Coco est meilleure comédienne que moi.
Non, c'est pas vrai. On sait que Coco est une bonne actrice, mais on ne sait pas si elle est meilleure que toi parce qu'on ne sait pas ce que tu vaux. Tu n'as pas eu encore l'occasion de le montrer. C'est peut-être pour ça que Mademoiselle Grant t'a choisi. Elle voulait que tu puisses montrer ce que tu vaux.
Tu sais ce que je pense?
Non.
Je crois que Coco aurait eu le rôle si elle avait été blanche.
T'as peut-être raison. Et toi, si t'étais un mec et si t'étais noir, tu ferais un fameux Othello?
Tu me trouves idiote, hein?
Je crois qu'elle t'a donné ta chance et quand on vous donne une chance, il faut la saisir sans se poser trop de questions.
Silence! Écoutez! Si on parle tous ensemble, on n'arrivera à rien de sérieux. Allez, je vous en prie, les enfants, tâchez de vous...
C'est une garde retenue après les cours, je suis d'accord.
Comme dirait Dany Amatoulou, je ris, je ris, je ris.
Mais je ne vois pas pourquoi on fait cette réunion. Après tout, la décision de faire grève est acquise d'avance, non?
Nos autres collègues ont décidé de se mettre en grève, c'est exact. Il s'agit de décider si nous les suivons.
Mais de quoi est-ce qu'il...
Moi, je vote contre. Lydia, là, je ne te comprends pas du tout. Tu es membre de 2 syndicats, celui-ci plus celui des acteurs.
3 syndicats, il y a aussi la GAV, la Guilde américaine des artistes de variété.
Alors pourquoi refuses-tu la grève?
Parce que je n'ai pas les moyens de la faire, et la plupart des collègues ici non plus.
Je ne peux pas me permettre de faire grève. Et pour les mêmes raisons. J'ai un gosse qui a besoin d'un appareil dentaire, et le deuxième fait du patinage artistique. Un tutu chauffant, je vous assure que c'est cher.
Oui, et si on parlait de nos élèves? Ils ont une attitude positive vis-à-vis de l'école. Nos élèves veulent travailler, ils veulent apprendre quelque chose. On ne peut pas ignorer une telle attitude.
Écoute, on ne fait pas la grève rien que pour nous. On fait la grève surtout pour les élèves. Pour qu'ils aient plus d'heures de cours, pour qu'ils aient du matériel, pour qu'ils aient de meilleurs menus à la cantine.
Personne ne veut faire la grève. Mais il faut la faire, pourtant.
Et cela n'inquiète personne ici que pendant que vous tournerez autour du bâtiment, quelqu'un d'autre, une personne sans la moindre expérience, assurera vos cours à votre place, détruisant tout ce que vous avez accompli avec vos élèves.
Personne ne veut leur faire du mal, monsieur Chorovski.
Cette école représente plus pour moi que mon salaire. C'est pour moi un lieu où j'aime venir tous les jours. Je viens ici pour enseigner aux élèves et aussi pour apprendre. Je viens ici pour être avec vous, mes amis. Je n'aime pas qu'on me demande de renoncer à ça.
Bien. Je crois que nous avons dit tout ce qu'il y avait à dire. Ce soir, l'ensemble du personnel de l'école se réunit pour voter. J'aimerais savoir sur combien d'entre vous je peux compter pour soutenir la grève. Bien. Alors, si la motion de grève est votée, je compte vous revoir tous demain matin pour faire le piquet.
Je t'accorde ta revanche, mais on n'a qu'1 heure et demie.
Vous n'avez pas à sauter un repas pour vous adonner à votre exercice préféré. Apportez Dietabar, un substitut de repas pratique. Vous pouvez remplacer 1 ou 2 repas par jour avec la tablette Dietabar.
Dietabar, le goût de maigrir et rester mince.
Faites votre choix parmi les 3 films suivants, à compter du mardi 31 mai, 19h30. Pour voir L'éducation de Rita, composez le 1-900-750-1001. Blowout, éclatement, le 1-900-750-1002. Et les super flics de Miami, le 1-900-750-1003. Frais d'appel de 50 cents. Allociné, mercredi 1er juin, à 20h.
Merci. T'as aimé le spectacle? Viens voir mon magasin, Les Ameublements Elvis. Nous autres, on achète des poêles et des réfrigérateurs en bonne condition. Compose le 52 Elvis pour une évaluation. N'oublie pas 52 Elvis. Ameublement Elvis se spécialise dans l'achat de poêles et de réfrigérateurs usagés. Viens me voir, je suis dans la vitrine.
C'est le temps d'une super pause de bonne humeur. En tout, plus de 450 000 $ de prix à gagner.
Maintenant que j'ai un bon emploi, j'ai le temps de pratiquer mon sport préféré. Je me sens plus autonome depuis que j'ai acquis une spécialité. Le Collège de secrétariat moderne, c'est des études reliées à l'industrie, des équipements informatisés de pointe et aussi une vraie immersion anglaise. Vous pouvez commencer en tout temps de l'année avec des cours intensifs à temps plein ou partiel, de jour, de soir ou du samedi. Composez le 932-1122 au Collège de secrétariat moderne. Ne soyez plus celle qui cherche, mais celle qu'on recherche.
Je pars pas en voyage. Je déménage au Marronnier. Oui, les Marronniers à Laval, juste à côté de l'hôpital Cité de la Santé. À mon âge, on aime le confort. Et au Marronnier, les appartements sont superbes. Au Marronnier, il y a des parcs tout autour et plein de choses à faire. C'est des vacances à l'année. Allez visiter les Marronniers. Les prix sont très abordables. Dépêchez-vous, ça ouvre le 1er juillet.
Merci, chérie. Tu m'aides à rester mince.
Dietabar, un substitut de repas qui contient des fibres de source naturelle. Vous pouvez remplacer 1 ou 2 repas par jour avec la tablette Dietabar.
Dietabar, le goût de maigrir et rester mince.
Ça va durer longtemps, cette mascarade?
Jusqu'au début des cours et on recommence à midi.
Et entre-temps, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? C'est un peu tôt pour aller au ciné, non?
C'est pas. Des cours.
Oh, chouette, c'est la grève et le shopping. C'est ça, allons dépenser notre fric.
Après tout, ça ou autre chose, ça n'a pas vraiment d'importance.
Je crois que j'ai une solution.
Laquelle?
J'ai la clé d'une des entrées de service qui donne sur l'arrière du théâtre, juste à côté d'un bureau inoccupé, où il y a de quoi faire du café.
Je ne sais pas. C'est pas évident, ça nous oblige à entrer dans l'école. Avons-nous le droit?
Elisabeth, comment un piquet de grève franchit-il un piquet de grève?
Non, on ne laisse pas tomber Othello. Et non, on n'aura pas d'autres metteurs en scène. C'est un faux bruit.
Oh, je croyais qu'Al Pacino venait s'occuper de nous.
Ça va. Voulez-vous écouter un peu? On a du boulot.
Et on n'attend pas Leroy?
Où il est? Moi aussi, je pourrais être en vacances, hein.
Je sais pas où il est en retard, mais il va venir. Alors écoutez sérieusement. On a du pain sur la planche.
Mais qui est-ce qui dirige?
Ah ouais, qui s'occupe de la mise en scène?
Dans le théâtre professionnel, quand le metteur en scène n'est pas là, ça devient le boulot de l'assistant metteur en scène.
Oui, en tout cas, à moins qu'on ait oublié de me payer, j'ai rien d'un professionnel du théâtre.
On devrait peut-être annuler la pièce. On sait que Mademoiselle Grant ne sera pas là. Et Chirovski ne va pas pouvoir aider Bruno pour la musique.
Et c'est une excellente excuse pour tout arrêter. Enfin, vous faites ce que vous voulez, hein, mais je crois qu'il faut être réaliste. Laisser tomber, c'est se dégonfler. Écoutez, les profs ont voté pour décider de faire grève. Je propose qu'on vote pour décider si on monte la pièce sans eux. Levez la main si vous êtes d'accord. D'accord.
Les orphelins dans la tempête, la seule façon de faire grève. On n'a pas un jeu de cartes.
On est censé faire le piquet, non pas pique-niquer.
C'est pas de la rigolade.
J'espère que ce sera passé avant qu'on ressorte sur le trottoir.
Que l'orage soit fini ou non, il faut reprendre le piquet.
Bien, mon capitaine.
Monsieur Chorovski?
Le secrétaire du syndicat m'a téléphoné. Il a dit que si je ne fais pas le piquet, j'aurai une amende. Je suis venu faire le piquet, et il n'y avait personne. Madame Berg m'a dit que vous étiez tous ici. Voulez-vous m'expliquer ça, je vous prie?
On fait seulement le piquet avant la première sonnerie et à midi aux heures où les gens nous
Et
voient.
de toute évidence, seulement quand il fait beau aussi.
Et là, nous sommes des grévistes, pas des facteurs.
Non, monsieur Crandon, nous sommes des profs et non des grévistes, mais certains d'entre nous semblent l'avoir oublié. Voulez-vous me donner une pancarte que j'aille faire mes singeries?
Attendez donc un peu au moins que la pluie se soit calmée.
Ce que je veux, c'est y aller maintenant avant de sécher complètement et d'avoir à me retremper une deuxième fois. La pancarte, s'il vous plaît. Merci. Et bonne journée.
Mais que me donnerez-vous en échange de ce mouchoir?
Quel mouchoir, mon poulet?
Comment, quel mouchoir? Mais celui dont le mort a fait cadeau à Desdémone. Celui que si souvent vous m'avez demandé de voler.
Ainsi, vous lui avez piqué de grève.
Mais à quoi jouez-vous?
Ben, on rajoute 2-3 gags, histoire de rigoler.
Des gags? Tu te sers de ta femme pour que ton meilleur ami tue la sienne, je vois vraiment pas ce qu'il y a de marrant.
Débarrassez-moi d'elle, par pitié. Non, écoutez, ça peut pas continuer comme ça, j'en ai marre. Non, elle a aucun respect pour moi, alors je vais me tirer.
Ouais, c'est ça qui est ta femme, beau mec. Et viens donc me voir chez moi, je m'occuperai de toi.
Ouais, c'est pas une mauvaise idée, ça.
D'accord, 5 minutes de pause. Et même 25.
Et moi, Montgomery, je répéterai quand?
Je peux pas te faire répéter tant que Leroy n'est pas là.
Oui, mais quand est-ce qu'il sera là?
J'en sais rien, Julie, j'en sais rien du tout. Ça va?
Je n'y arrive pas, la musique n'est pas prête, il faut que je reprenne tout à zéro.
Mais je l'aurai quand, la musique? On peut pas faire la chorégraphie sans la musique.
Ben oui, je sais, mais je ne peux rien te promettre.
J'assiste aux réunions, j'ai toujours payé mes cotisations, je fais le piquet de grève toute la journée. Où serait le mal si je travaillais le soir avec les gosses?
Lydia, le syndicat ne voudra jamais l'accepter.
J'ai laissé Montgomery tout seul avec la pièce. Je sais bien qu'il n'est pas extraordinairement solide, il est même plutôt fragile. Je voudrais pas qu'il se ramasse à cause de moi.
Mais tu as tort de t'en faire, je crois. La grève sera finie avant la fin de la semaine.
Mais si jamais elle durait. Elisabeth, ils ont besoin d'un coup de main. Et surtout Julie et Leroy. Je ne donnerai pas de cours, je ferai la mise en scène. Et cette pièce m'intéresse particulièrement. C'est le festival. Elle peut attirer de bonnes critiques sur l'école ou de mauvaises critiques.
Pourquoi de mauvaises critiques?
Parce que j'ai distribué des rôles à certains élèves pour leur donner l'occasion de se réaliser. Et si je ne suis pas là, si je ne les aide pas, eh bien j'ai peur de ce qui risque d'arriver. Un échec peut faire très mal. Ah. Oh, je ne leur ai pas demandé leur avis.
Lydia, quand on est en grève, on ne travaille pas. Point final.
Oui, monsieur, je sais que c'est pas votre métier. Je sais que ça vous dérange. Mais je vous demande simplement de frapper à la porte de Leroy et de lui demander de venir me parler. Allô? Allô?
Salut. Alors, ça marche?
Othello est une tragédie à plus d'un titre, je te jure. J'ai pas de musique, pas de metteur en scène, pas de Leroy.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait, Leroy?
Je sais pas, je vais prendre le métro et aller jusque chez lui, il faut que je sache.
Montgomery, c'est un quartier dangereux, à mon avis, tu...
Écoute, laisse-moi faire, tu veux? Il faut que je lui parle, je vais pas laisser cette histoire me retomber sur le dos. Je vais aller parler à Leroy.
Montgomery. J'ai travaillé dans la salle de répétition toute la matinée, j'essaie de mettre un numéro au point pour moi. Et tu sais quoi?
Quoi?
Je m'ennuie. Oui, je m'ennuie, c'est idiot, mais c'est comme ça.
Coco, j'aurais aimé que t'aies un rôle, mais...
Oui, moi aussi, mais c'est pas le cas. Alors, il y a deux solutions. Ou bien je fais la gueule, ou j'essaie de donner un coup de main. Si tu veux bien.
Tu veux bien nous aider?
Oui.
Crois-tu que tu pourrais leur faire travailler leur rôle? Toi, au moins, ils t'écouteront pour la danse, le chant. Moi, quand j'essaie, j'arrive pas à ce qu'ils me prennent au sérieux.
D'accord, j'essaierai.
Merci.
S'il vous plaît, attendez. C'est Montgomery qui est parti là?
Ah oui, Madame Berg.
Oh, mais les élèves n'ont pas le droit de sortir pendant les... Est-ce que vous ne devriez pas être en études ou en classe quelque part?
Madame Berg, j'y vais tout de suite.
Ah bon.
Accrochez bien vos tissus, les enfants. Le metteur en scène arrive.
Non, mais ça se peut-tu? De quoi j'avais l'air? Moi, j'en veux. Je te dis qu'on change, hein. Et puis, il y a certaines choses qui s'améliorent tout le temps. Comme le goût de la gomme Trident. Aujourd'hui, la Trident, j'en veux. Encore.
Est-il possible qu'un couple régulier comme nous sommes, mari et femme, doivent se rencontrer en cachette?
Oui, mais tu connais Enrico. Il serait capable de se tuer s'il l'apprenait.
Remonte à la maison tout de suite. On va régler nos comptes. Papa!
Surpris à l'improviste par sa femme, un mari fait passer sa maîtresse pour l'épouse d'un ami en visite. Vendredi 20h, voyez la comédie intitulée Une langouste au petit déjeuner, mettant en vedette Claude Brasseur.
C'est papa! Enrico!
Ils sont de retour. Les mini-burgers de Burger King sont de retour. Des petits hamburgers fromage grillés sur le feu, 100% bœuf. Et surtout, ils tiennent dans une main. Ce qui vous en laisse une pour vous protéger. Les mini-burgers de Burger King, ils sont bons en gras. Et pas seulement parce qu'ils sont grillés sur le feu ou parce qu'il y en a 3 dans une boîte, mais surtout, ces petits hamburgers fromage tiennent dans une main. Ce qui vous en laisse une pour les urgences.
2 millions de téléspectateurs ont été conquis par ce grand spectacle l'an dernier. Pour la 3e édition du gala Artiste, l'inimitable Jean-Pierre Coallier sera sur la scène du théâtre Denis-Pelletier pour présenter les vedettes de notre télévision. Humour, émotion, le dimanche 5 juin à 20h. Le gala Artiste 1988, incontestablement le choix du public. CKAC et la presse contribuent avec CFPM 10 à la promotion de cet événement.
Ça ici, c'est moi. J'avais déjà tout pour réussir. C'était mon époque. Moi, j'en veux. C'est ma mère qui tenait à ce que je prenne la Trident. Maintenant, j'en prends parce que son goût est vraiment bon. La Trident. Même aujourd'hui, j'en veux encore.
Vous déménagez? Tout est une question d'adresse. Nouvel appartement, nouveaux amis. À propos, avez-vous prévenu Hydro-Québec, Bell Canada, Gaz Métropolitain, Vidéotron? Le déménagement, une simple question d'adresse. Avisez-nous.
Branchement de vos appareils, du câble au sélecteur, au décodeur et au téléviseur. Les 3 appareils concernés par ce branchement sont le décodeur, le câble au sélecteur et le téléviseur. La première étape consiste à raccorder le fil qui arrive du mur à la prise marquée câble du câble au sélecteur. La seconde étape consiste à raccorder le câble au sélecteur au décodeur, et ceci à l'aide d'un second fil qui doit d'abord être vissé dans la prise marquée TV du câble au sélecteur. Pour se rendre ensuite jusqu'à la prise marquée câble au sélecteur du décodeur. Finalement, la troisième étape consiste à raccorder le décodeur au téléviseur, et ceci à l'aide d'un troisième fil. Celui-ci doit d'abord être branché sur la prise marquée TV du décodeur. Pour ensuite rejoindre la prise marquée VHF du téléviseur. Assurez-vous de bien serrer toutes vos connexions, d'effectuer les branchements électriques nécessaires et enfin de placer le téléviseur à la position 3. Tout est alors prêt. Bon visionnement.
Good while you're breaking up, disappointing a lot of people, and I feel bad for that. Like I really feel a lot of remorse. You know, I really feel really guilty about that. I feel like I'm letting people down, but a lot of people don't realize what you go through 4 years of trying to do something that you really want to do and not really succeeding at it.
This is the nation's music station, Much Music.
your room? It's a single. Semi-single. Very male, don't you think?
Yes, it's charming. Charming. Do you mind if I sleep on it overnight?
No, not at all. But before you go, you must see the garden.
If you wish.
Voila! That's my garden. Those are my camellias and my azaleas. That's my daughter. I won first prize with the rose, that big black rose at the Rose Contest last year.
I'll take it.
You will? That's great. Well, we can offer you a congenial atmosphere and lots of intellectual stimulation. I mean, if you want my love, say it, say it. Gotta let it out, say it, yeah. If you want my love, say it, don't worry what it's all about, say it, yeah. When I'm with you, you know just what the right thing to do. Your actions move me, but your attitude, it makes me so confused. You lead me on in the right direction, then you let me down, put up protection. Ain't gonna mean your sacrifice, just a few words, it might sound nice. There ain't no use in playing games, I'm wanting you, so you feel the same. When it comes down to the bottom line, I really gotta know am I wasting time. If you want my love, say it, now, darling. Gotta let it out, say it, yeah. If you want my love, say it, don't worry what it's all about, say it, yeah. I can see right through you. You're not as cool as you pretend to be. Your reaction tell me you're just waiting for the word to come from me. You lead me on in the right direction, then you let me down, put up protection. Ain't gonna mean your sacrifice, just a few words, it might sound nice. There ain't no use in playing games, I'm wanting you, so you feel the same. When it comes down to the bottom line, I really gotta know am I wasting time. If you want my love, say it, now, darling. Gotta let it out, say it, yeah. If you want my love, say it, don't worry what it's all about, say it, don't try to disguise what's in your eyes. They're so revealing, yeah. Know you're afraid, but it's okay. Say what you feel, yeah. If you want my love, say it, now, darling. Gotta let it out, say it. If you want my love, say it, don't worry what it's all about, say it. Don't try to disguise what's in your eyes. They're so revealing.
You just go once a week? Uh-huh. Well, that doesn't sound like...
No, Erin has classes. She's been going twice a week. When she gets into competition, then she goes once a week.
I see.
Okay.
I see. In other words, the archery takes more time than would the preparation. Uh-huh.
Right.
Well, here's the obvious question. Here is a 10-year-old child whose muscles are developing, bone structure. Does that bother you, Mother? How about you, Grandma? No. Huh?
It's supervised. They know what they're doing. I think it's positive. It's good for them.
Hey, a minute. What's the matter? What's the matter?
Whatever happened to sandlot baseball and kick the can
That's
and
a good
hide go
question.
seek? That's exercise.
Whatever happened to it?
Yeah, that's what they want to know. What happened to it? Is it fair?
Why does it have to be structured? Everything kids do today is structured.
I think exercise is great, but marathon running at the age
It is. I know, it's intimidating. I'm sorry.
At their ages, I mean, I'm just getting over a stress fracture. I run marathons, and I'm 40 years old.
We've got
I mean,
two
now,
people in the audience here who run
He
marathons.
does too, a partner of mine.
3, no
Right.
kidding. Well, good for you. As in 26 points
As in
plus.
26.2 in Honolulu, in New York. But the point is that I think at their age, I can't honestly believe that 20 years from now, you're not going to find out there's an effect on these kids. I mean, I'm sorry. I think they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I think there will be.
James, what do you say to that?
I'd like to say that we're running because we want to. When we grow up, I want to make it to the Olympics. What's the bad effects of starting when you're younger?
I think it's tough on the bones, on the structure of the bones and the development of it. That's
I haven't
my
been
point.
injured for
I
2
admire
years.
You have not been injured.
Injured in 2 years.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right. Yes.
I'm worried about the competitive attitude that...
Oh, you always worried about that. We don't have time for that. You mean emotionally go, you got to be better.
Well, out on, Long Island where we're living, I
know.
see this in the children. They feel like they must
I know.
do everything and do it wonderfully.
I know, and if you don't make it, then here comes the pot and all the I'm no good, and then you sing.
I mean, I have 2 daughters. They're slender, and they take gymnastics. They take as pleasure. They do soccer.
Yeah.
And they're fine, and it's all in a non-competitive sense.
And
in that
that's
they're
the
not
way you
pushing.
think we should go.
I think moderation is the answer, both in eating and exercise.
Yeah. These guests have heard this before. You get a chance to speak. Incidentally, guess who's sitting there waiting to speak? This is really a rare moment here. We've got an MD on who has not said anything yet. You do get to speak, Doctor. Hang on a minute. You're the chairman of the sports committee of the Illinois State Pediatric Society. Well, wait a minute. You don't know what he's going to say. You don't even know what he's going to say yet. Yeah, you run as well. You run the marathon.
Yes, I do.
You hurt all the time. True or false?
Not all the time, but some of the time.
I mean, don't you get out of every morning, you get out and make it to the shower and...
It's a tremendous commitment of time and energy, and I wonder about a young child having the interest and the motivation to keep something like that
Yeah, I
up.
do too. What motivates you, just curiously?
That's a good question. I think...
First of all, do you mind if I ask a couple personal questions? No. Stand up a second, won't you know? How old are you?
37.
And how long have you been running?
8 years.
Really? And you run about what a day?
3 to 5 miles.
Now, that's nice and moderate. So you come in at 44, 45 minutes, I assume, and they're less than that at 3. Half hour for 3, yeah. Okay. And you got into this because, are you a mother-type person?
No, no.
All right. You got in because?
I was getting fat. I wanted to lose weight. It was the thing to do at the time. It was becoming the trend.
There's a real cosmetic payoff.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I liked it. I kept with it. And once I ran 3, I wanted to run 5, and then 10, and then, wow, I want to do a marathon.
Yeah, it must have been thrilling when you come down to...
The first one was, yes. The first one was very, very exciting.
Was your family there? Anybody say,
My husband was there.
He was,
and
huh?
my folks were watching it on television, trying to pick me out of the New York City Marathon with...
Yeah. How many thousand is it? 20...
Now it's up to about 25.
25,000 people.
Yeah.
Her mother's trying to find her in the crowd.
And she swears she saw me.
That's got to be a thrill. All 5 boroughs. Man. Okay, so you finished, then good for you. What'd you do? A 3, 4, what?
Over 4.
4. But you made it.
I made it.
And you weren't last, were you?
No, I wasn't last.
Long way from last.
I went on to do it 3 more times.
Yeah. How about you, Pro? What was your time?
3:43 in Honolulu.
3:43. Oh, well, you should be a guest on the Donahue Show. Where's your book? Yes.
I have 2 lovely children. Since they were 6 months old, they've been in water babies, they've been in aerobics, they've been in gymnastics, they've played tennis, they are playing soccer.
They took their SATs?
Not yet, but no, they're only 10. But next year.
Is this good?
Isn't that enough? Isn't that
Well,
enough?
I have another question. Is that too much?
I don't know. How much can they do? I don't know.
Was that their choice to do all those things?
Absolutely. But how much? That's the normal child.
Then until they tell you quit, then it's not enough,
How
maybe.
many hours a day does your kids spend in the sports that you just mentioned?
They go to school. They have an hour of gym every day. They have an hour of soccer or tennis or whatever sport it is that they choose to do.
These kids only run 1 hour a day. pesticide consumption they have.
My children aren't doing anything to their bodies other than just
How do you
playing.
know they're not doing anything
They're
to their bodies?
playing.
Who is this man who is so
More
bold to
severe
speak?
injuries.
Lawrence Elegant, MD.
More
Dr.
severe
Elegant.
injuries. Excuse
You
me
have a
for
background in pediatric sports medicine and allergies. Well, thank God you got allergies covered. Okay, Doctor,
I've been
you've
sitting
sat
quietly.
silently by here. What is it that you wanted to say?
First of all, number one, business of competitiveness, which has been brought up, is one of the things that we would like to see eliminated from young children in getting together and becoming more physically fit. I did meet this family before. I must say that I admire the togetherness that they have, because this is something that is has happened in American society, that there hasn't been more togetherness with parents participating with their kids, except in organized things like Little League, where sometimes the parents become a pain in the neck, because they become more concerned about who's winning and who's losing than that the child is having a good time and playing baseball. The business with marathon running, one of the concerns that we have are injuries. For example, stress fractures at the ankle area, torn ligaments. These are, as was pointed out, young growing bodies, and there are attachments into growth areas, which are called epiphyseal centers. These occur at the end of long bones, at the end of heel bones.
This
and
is
if these are
musculature
injured,
and the bone meeting? Is that what you mean?
Tendon and bone meeting, where the tendon is attached to the muscle and the muscle attached to the tendon and then to the bone.
And you can undermine that, can you?
If these become disrupted, you can have dangerous problems as far as future growth is concerned. When it comes to weight training, not weightlifting, weight training, again, I see this equipment without the springs attached, and that's one of our concerns. If you go to most health centers, you will find spring-activated equipment, not this kind of material. And very often we have...
So what? Why is that important to you?
Because what happens if the child suddenly lets go and there's a sudden force of the spring pulling him out of position? Again, disruption of muscle tissue.
And how do you know that happened?
I just feel that that's what would happen.
In other words, the machine takes over the kid.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, if you're looking at prepubertal youngsters, there's no possibility of muscle growth because you have no testosterone or androgen, the hormones necessary for increase of muscle size, not muscle growth, but muscle size. As far as increasing strength, that's a story in itself.
I'm not even sure that man was meant to run 26 miles.
No. I'll tell you, I have a major question about that with regard to me. You want in this?
Yeah, I'm sitting here listening. What happened to fun? What happened to unstructured fun, where you do it on your very own without somebody telling you? What
Let me
happened
address
to it?
that.
What happened to it?
That's a very good point. I'm a physical education teacher. I used to be, back in the 60s. And I grew up in the 50s and 60s when we used to go out in the backyard, throw up a baseball bat, grab it to the top, and you played first base. Today, children in many communities are told not to go out and play because it's not safe.
That's right.
There are many recreation parks and grounds that are shut down because of liability reasons. There are latchkey families that say, go home and go into the house, turn on the TV set and the
lock
computer
the door.
And lock the door.
Yeah.
So it's a time of it's a time that we're growing up in that our children aren't afforded the luxuries that we as adults that grew up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s had.
That's right.
So we have to address it with fun recreation programs.
Yeah, we do, except that this way of addressing it is but this way of addressing it is also going to reach only the middle and upper middle class. That's another problem. What's the matter here?
Well, as I'm listening and I'm seeing the marathon runners and listening to you, I, all my life was a klutz. I have difficulty even walking. And I have tried in some ways to overcompensate with my own children and to hope that they will ride a bike because I never could. And I worry when I see how wonderfully these children perform. I worry about me as a child or a child that really is not athletic. And I think with this competitiveness and all
They're
the
gonna be
activities,
outcast, you mean?
I think they're going to be very timid. They're going to be
Socially,
shy.
yeah.
They're going to be...
If you can't hit a ball with a stick, you're a schlemiel.
I think so. And I haven't even talked about the fat children that you've brought up, Phil.
Yeah.
What about those children? You know, that's very hard, too. I mean, they're looking at perfect specimens. What about the fat child that has so much more trouble with the marathon,
Gary?
with the running?
The majority of the students that come into our program do not go out for any organized sports. We cater to the 80% of children in the country that aren't in sports. There is no emphasis on winning and losing in our program. In other words, nobody wins, nobody loses. You can be fat, tall, skinny, short. And people say, how can you do that? And you know how I do it? There's absolutely no winning and losing. Therefore, all children have fun. And the weights become something because we can structure it. We monitor how much weight's on it, how many repetitions, and it helps just build that self-confidence. That's what children need today. Fun recreation programs. Why am I doing this? Why am I out in the public sector doing this when, as a trained health and physical education teacher, I should be doing the public schools? You want a major complaint? Go back to your school district and say, provide more physical education and recreation programs, intramurals for our kids today.
We'll give you all a chance. What? Well, hey, honey, how much what?
How much does all this fun cost?
How much what?
Does all this fun cost at this kids' health center?
Why, you want to join?
It's for your children. You should sacrifice. What?
You shouldn't go back to your school district. Our school district had a budget vote yesterday.
Yes.
It's going to go up 17.5% for the taxpayer. What happened to parents? What happened to them taking care of their kids?
Because
why
they're working.
does the school district have to do it?
Mom is working outside the home, among other things. What?
Oh,
What?
Mom worked years ago. My mom worked. I
And
worked.
look at you turned out.
I'm all right.
I see nothing wrong with these kids going out, you know, as long as everything is supervised and well attended and the kids know what
Yeah,
they want and
but
have the fun doing it.
True.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Well, just a couple of things. Just take a moment. We have excesses in Little League now. We have coaches who, and football as well. We have coaches who are playing out their own little fantasies, and they are using children who are underneath a helmet to do it. And we are all agreed that's wrong. We have children who do not touch the football all through, you know, and away games on the bus. And they're playing nose guard when they're 10, 11, and I mean, that can't be any fun. Now, we know that's a bad thing. I think this audience wants to know, among other things, is this another opportunity for excess, really? Is this another opportunity to lean too much on our kids?
You have parents who are doing the same thing that coaches are. They're playing out their fantasies with Little League football and with the hockey games and what have you. And it's true that we don't necessarily have the empty lot that I used to play in, or the fence I could climb in and play cowboys and Indians, or I'm an airplane pilot. But by the same token, there are plenty of programs around if parents will get themselves interested in getting involved with the kids in the program.
Yeah.
And the problem of going to a health center and I'll drop you off here and I'm going over there to work out on the machine and we'll get together afterward, it really does not cut the ice.
Their daddy runs as many miles as the kids do. Maybe he can't, daddy runs as many miles as the kids do. Maybe he can't keep up quite as big because he's given up a lot of his to train the little ones and make sure they're safe. But I can guarantee you, if he's out on the track, they're out there, or vice versa.
I assume that you don't run except rarely, or and that you.
But I'm not pregnant.
Yeah. Do you lie down for your deliveries? You know how much?
They're really fast.
Just one story. I am the parent. I was once the parent of 4 sons, all of whom played hockey at one time. You don't know pressure until you dress 4 sons. I counted the pieces of equipment when there are 27 or 28 different pieces of the cup, the jock, the suspenders, the pants, the pads, the shoulder, the helmet, the shoes, And at the time, we were doing shows here about parents, how awful it is for parents to, you know, how they lean on their kids and they pressure them. And I would run around this audience and we'd all agree, this is just the worst thing you can do. It's not fair to a kid. And I'd go to the hockey game and stand at the boards and, get outside! Get outside! Should we put a sign that says blue line here for you? I don't, you know, what is this? What's happening to our country?
You know,
we'll
Phil,
be back. I'll give you a chance. I have to break in just a moment.
Cynthia really outdid herself this time.
Champagne, fresh shrimp, plastic plates. Plastic plate?
Should have used Chinette.
Hey, Jack, you finally made a great steak.
Typical Jack. He served it on plastic plates.
So?
Should have used Chinette.
Chinette. No leaks, no drips, no disasters. It's the next best thing to China. Should have used Chinette.
Some people think swabs are all the same, but you know Q-tip swabs are soft and safe, with 50% more cotton at the tip. Q-tip's brand cotton swab, because a swab by any other name is not the same.
Quiz. What smooths rough places, moisturizes dry faces, softens hard places, removes makeup traces? It's genuine Vaseline Petroleum Jelly. In so many ways, it's your skin's best friend.
Some drinks are only 10% fructose, so it's like getting this much fruit in every glass. But Juicy Juice from Libby's is 100% fructose, so it's like getting this much fruit in every glass.
Juicy Juice is a juicier juice.
Next time on Family Ties, the Keatons have gone baby crazy. But Jennifer's jealous of all the attention the little guy's getting.
Oh, great. Look what the baby did to my homework. He spilled milk all over.
So leave it to big brother Alex to come up with a surefire plan.
All required here is a gesture of love. Slip her $100.
Coming up next time on Family Ties.
Tonight at 7 on Channel 5.
So you think cancer always kills? Don't tell 5 million Americans who have survived it. Instead, come celebrate National Cancer Survivors Day on Sunday, June 5th. Call the American Cancer Society for details. Don't miss the party.
All right. Proof that I wouldn't lie to you. Look at these stats. Show them, number 20, Brian. Only 50% of boys and girls grades 5 to 12 achieve the minimum weekly...
Vous déménagez? Tout est une question d'adresse. Nouvel appartement, nouveaux amis. À propos, avez-vous prévenu Hydro-Québec, Bell Canada, Gaz Métropolitain, Vidéotron? Le déménagement, une simple question d'adresse. Avisez-nous.
Pour tous les enfants des pays du tiers-monde, qu'ils soient noirs, blancs, jaunes ou créoles, quand les enfants ont faim, froid, qu'ils ont peur, serons-nous spectateurs lorsque des enfants meurent? L'organisme Les Enfants Oxfam œuvre principalement au Burkina Faso, en Éthiopie, au Soudan, en Tanzanie, en Haïti, au Nicaragua, au Bangladesh, aux Philippines. Envoyez vos dons à Les Enfants Oxfam, 169 Est, rue Saint-Paul, Montréal, Québec, H2Y 1G8.
Sports. If you're not a particularly good athlete to start with, and in the fall you have to do football and soccer and those kinds of things, you don't like that, you're not going to like phys ed class. Rather than lifetime sports. And that lifetime sports will be anything that you can do for the rest of your life, including...
Hi. Well, you know, I have been asked many times to try and show some of the things that we've done in past years. And there are a couple of things in Volume 2 that we thought you might be interested in. This is Volume 2, you know, the What's Cooking series. And we're going to do 2 recipes from this book about chocolate. We're going to do chocolate-covered fruit. The reason I chose to do that is because it looks nice. It's very expensive if you go to buy them. They look wonderful, and they're very simple to do, but you must see them demonstrated in order to understand how to do them. And the recipe behind that is chocolate pots of cream, translated roughly from the French. And they are a very simple, very rich, very elegant chocolate dessert that you can make in a hurry when you know you have guests coming. So both of these recipes have been around here before, but I thought you might like to see them because I've been asked many times, how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how you do that. I'll be right back after this commercial break, and I'll be messing around with chocolate. Be right there.
Looking for the best deal on a new Ford, Chrysler, GM, Mazda, or Volkswagen? Look a bit further to Carlton Place, and you'll find 5 major dealerships located just minutes apart, each offering an excellent selection of products, award-winning service, no pressure sales, and best of all, take the drive for 5 to Carlton Place Dodge Chrysler, Bennett Chevrolet, or Mazda, Code Volkswagen, and Carlton Ford Mercury, and you'll find big league values at small-town prices in Carlton Place, the car place that keeps you smiling.
New York's Adirondack region, the biggest and best wilderness park in the continental United States. The Adirondacks let us capture your imagination, liberate your adventurous spirit, entice your entire family, and provide you with a vacation you will always remember. The Adirondacks, too bountiful to imagine, too beautiful to ever forget. For free Adirondack travel guide, call 518-792-1050.
Well, we're going to dolly up some fruit, and the ingredients for this are very simple. It's just chocolate and some strawberries if you have them, cherries, apricots, tangerines. We're using star fruit, canned mandarin oranges, grapefruit, and dried apricots and some grapes. And we're also going to use some liqueur to put in the fruit. That's just an extra thing. The other ingredient that you need for this, by the way, is a cube of styrofoam. Well, you don't need it, but it certainly makes life a lot easier because you can, what we're going to use the styrofoam for is to put the fruit on a toothpick and then stick it in the styrofoam, and that way it will dry and not mess up the counter. Now, there are certain rules that you want to obey. Let's do the strawberries first. This is chocolate that's been melted. C'est tout. It's just semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate. Don't let anybody think that it's something mysterious. It's not. You melt it over warm water, not boiling water, but warm water, because one of the things that chocolate hates is moisture. So if it's a humid day, if it's summertime and you can barely stand up because of the humidity, and there's a slight rain in the air outside the window, forget it. It won't work. You have to stay away from, in other words, if you had a lot of water in the bottom of this pan and the steam came up and it condensed for some reason on this chocolate, it would seize up. If you put a cover on here and the steam from the chocolate rose up to the cover and fell down, it would seize up. If you wanted to just let it chill and put some plastic wrap over the top and there'd be condensation and the drops would fall in, forget it. No moisture near it. It will not work if there's moisture. So what you want to do is have very little water in the bottom of your double boiler, and then have it come to the simmer, put your chocolate in there and let it melt by itself. Question, how about a microwave? The answer is yes, a microwave will melt your chocolate, but you're playing with dangerous stuff there. Because chocolate in the microwave, if it goes too fast or it zapped too hard, it will get grainy. And grainy means little speckles in it. When you put it on your tongue, it isn't smooth and chocolatey and rich and luxurious. It's kind of grainy. And so the thing to do is to put it in the double boiler in this case. Don't try the microwave unless you don't care. Unless you're in a hurry and making brownies and you don't care, fine. But for this, no. So I've done that now. Let's see, I've told you about the chocolate. You don't want any moisture, so let's talk about using something like grapefruit that's so moist. Put the grapefruit on paper towel and dry it very well. Really well. All you do is melt your chocolate. If it gets hard as you're going, then melt it again. You know, bring it back up to the warm and melt it again. See all that moisture out of there? And as far as the kind of chocolate that you use, the unsweetened squares, the little baker's chocolate's fine. If you like to have a richer Belgian chocolate, you can go to a candy supply store or a baking supply store that will have extra special imported chocolate that has a flavor that you like and that's creamy. Any of those Belgian chocolates, of course, are wonderful. Now, let's see. That's dry. So I'm going to dip this, just half of it. And pink grapefruit's lovely for this, too. Now, isn't this a silly thing to do? There we are. You've got that. And then just pop it in your styrofoam. And then lick your finger. And we'll do another one. Just dip it very lightly. You don't need a lot of chocolate on it. I don't know how many times I've seen these as desserts in very fancy places, and they cost quite a bit of money, and it's very silly because it's a very simple thing and kind of an amusing thing to do on a Saturday or Sunday when you haven't got much else on your mind. Now, if you're doing strawberries, which are the favorite, brush them off. Don't wash them. I'm going to do this, pardon me, but I want to do this away from the counter where the food is going to be. So let me just brush it over here. Now, with a strawberry, it might be kind of interesting to put in some Grand Marnier or port, some kind of liqueur, and this is a special tool for doing that. It is a, I don't know what it's called. Let's see, it's got a name, I'm sure. The Cook's something. There. And you insert it halfway in the strawberry. And the strawberry now has some Grand Marnier in it, some orange liqueur. Let's dip. There we are. So there's a chocolate-coated orange liqueur strawberry that I would probably kill for, but a lot of people, okay, here's something else you could do. Grapes. Isn't it? I think this is a nice idea. A little fidgety because we're going to have to do each grape. And rather than put this on the styrofoam, I think I'll just lay it down on this piece of wax paper, hopefully stem side up. There. And when it dries, you can do the same thing with raspberries. Do the same thing with raspberries. This is a star fruit. I think that's rather a clever idea that Kathy came up with to do star fruit. We had a star fruit, so we're using it. Star fruit is an imported fruit. Sweet, tart, very crisp, and in chocolate, it's just one step closer to heaven. And we'll just go around in a circle, like so. A lot of people use bananas, and strawberry is really traditional for this. Where are you, toothpick? Here you are. And we'll stick that toothpick in there, and lick a finger again. Now, what else have we got here? Ah, apricots. Ah, paradise. Try this too. a little bit of liqueur inside, just a little dry fruit that needs a little shot of liqueur, and in we go. This will make a terrific gift. Oh, bye-bye. Do another one. That's mine. All right. You see these in candy boxes all the time. I'm being told that I have to stop. I think I don't have to stop. I think everybody wants some of this. That's why I'm being told I have to stop. So I'm going to have to stop. I'll be right back. I'm going to make that great chocolate dessert right after this. Be right back.
I can't see the difference. Can you see the difference?
No, I can't see the difference. Can you see the difference?
People can't see the difference between clothes washed in ABC versus a leading higher price detergent.
I can't see the difference. Is there a difference?
Price is the difference. With ABC, you can save up to 20% and still get your whole wash clean and white.
I can't see the difference.
Why pay more? By ABC.
I hope that bus comes soon. I sure wish they'd loan me a car when mine is in for service.
At Campbell Ford, we will. When you buy a new car...